Hey guys, how we doing tonight? As usual, Canoehound's got a few little glitches going on. Yeah, wrong thumbnail, things like that. Music playing in the background. We got to get rid of the echo. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Well, thanks to everyone for joining me on my new stream time. Tuesdays, 8 o'clock. Reason being, these guys right here, my Hamilton Tiger Cats, they start playing football this Thursday, and they've got a bunch of Thursday night games, and I'm not going to miss them. Season ticket holder, so we're going to make sure that we take all these things in. Let's start out by saying hi to some of my good buddies in the house here. Start from the bottom up. We got Blood X in the house. Thanks for popping in, man. Hike with Mike. We got Dan at Herbert T Outdoors. We got Tanner over there at TC Bushcraft. Let's see here. We got Dave over at Beastly Ironworks. Stubbs and Bitchin' Fishing. You've been in here waiting a little while. I've been checking the chat and seen that you were in for quite a little while here. I don't know if Mason from McCartney Survival's in or not, but I see he's been in already. And I see I have a lot of competition tonight. Yeah, a lot of competition tonight with Pusa Studios going on, and Gil Skills is going on, and a couple of others. Maybe we can convince some of these boys and girls to come and play in our house for a little while and get us all some exposure. So if anybody has any pull at any of them sites, please do go on over and invite them over to do a raid or anything cool like that. That would be awesome. How's everybody doing tonight? Where are we here in the chat? Hey, we got Harris Outdoors. We got Twin City Outdoors. You're a newbie in here. How you doing from Minnesota? Nice to see you in. Thanks for coming out. Much appreciated. You'll get to know everybody in the house here and get to see that everybody is. We got some good people in our chats that we have here. We all have regular chats. The whole bunch of us in here, and we all. Yeah, we kind of share and we kind of grow our channels together. So hopefully it's something that you'll really enjoy. Got a couple cool things in store tonight, guys and gals. Basically, I think my last chat I mentioned that I had received my first payment through Amazon Associates, a whole whopping $23.23. And I proceeded to go on to Amazon and spend that $23.23 and probably added about another $50 or $60 to it. So I'm going to do a little show and tell later, show you guys a couple of really cool products that I bought, things that I will definitely use. As I mentioned before, any funds that I do make through however I make them here on this YouTube thing is just going to go towards increasing or improving the equipment that I have to bring you guys better products. So, hey, that's what we do, right? Jefferson Einstein. Hey, we got Jefferson in the house. How you doing? I bet you pennies and dollars that Jessica will probably be coming in soon too. What do we got here? I'm going to get into a bit of the chat for now. I'll give it about half hour or so there, and I'm going to get into revealing a couple of the products that I actually purchased. So, Blood, are we allowed to support people in here? I'm not sure what you mean by support people, but you know what? If you want to do shout outs to each other, and if you want to definitely check out each other's sites and share a bit of the love, please do. That's what we're here and what we're all about. I'm sure that, you being one of the community outdoors boys, you know what it's like to share the love and to help each other build the communities that we have going, right, as creators. So, hey, Twin Cities Outdoors says hello from Minnesota. We covered that one already. Hopefully things are going good in Minnesota. I got a couple people out there that I actually follow, and definitely gonna make sure I hit your subscribe button right now so that I actually have you. Oh, nice bass. Right off the hop, I could tell that Twin Cities Outdoors is a bass fisherman, given by his... Oh, and you got a premiere going on, buddy. Very cool. Twin Cities Outdoors has a premiere going on right now from what it's showing on my screen, which is very cool. Let's just see if I can pull that up there and just bear with me and my crappy OBS my crappy OBS stuff here going on. This is Twin City Outdoors. You see he's got a nice bass there, but you can see right down here in the corner he's actually got a premiere going on. How much weight? Best 5 bass. Very nice, man. He's sitting at 153 subscribers, so if he's gonna keep himself as a welcome community member here, please do check him out and give him a little bit of love. I'm going to be doing a lot of clicking around tonight, guys. I just want to, like I say, I'm trying to get myself used to this OBS software. There's a lot of clicking. I can see that it's very, very beneficial to have a couple of screens going. I got my wife's computer going up top here, and I've got my my laptop going. So we'll see what we can do with this. Right now I'm lost. Right now I'm totally lost. Okay, I'm back on the chat screen. Jeff says, hi Dennis, how's everyone going tonight, guys? Things are going good on my end. Hopefully everybody's got a good week going so far. True North Anglers in the house. How you doing, man? Thanks for popping out. Good to see you again, as usual. Supported your channel with a comment. Thanks, BloodX. Appreciate it. Twin City will sure appreciate that, I'm sure. Do we have Mason in the house? I see Jefferson saying hi to Mason and Dan. And as usual, Dan from Herbert T Outdoors is doing a little bit of troll hunting. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep them trolls out. Pop an arrow in their ass. There's Jessica. I knew you wouldn't be far behind, Jess. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. And True North saying hi to Jess, and Herbert T Outdoors saying hi to Jess, and Jefferson saying hi, baby. Hey, baby. That's awesome. Tyler Wood is in the house. I don't know if you guys checked it out, but Tyler did his mail call unboxing of something that he received from me and from gosh, fresh my memory. Old guy brain fart going on again. But anyways, he did a package reveal. He won the Drive for 555 giveaway that I had going on, and he got the stuff, and he did a rather flattering unveiling. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Hope you're wearing the tan hat tonight, Taylor. But most certainly, you are more than welcome to open up the Pompous Ass that I sent you. Pompous Ass is one of my favorites, and hopefully you'll like it. It's got a nice smooth English ale taste. It's not an IPA, but it's an English ale, and it's like I say, one of my favorites from a local brewery. So here's to you. I'm gonna crack one. Hopefully everybody else has got their beverage to enjoy tonight while we're live streaming together. And yeah, crack it open and chug a lug, people. Yeah. So what's everybody up to tonight? Hopefully things are going quite well. Yeah, I'm gonna crack one. Hopefully everybody else has got their beverage to enjoy tonight while we're live streaming together. Instant replay. Sorry about that. Like I say, I'm still learning this OBS software. So, Dan, you need to open up an OBS school, all right? We have lovely Lisa, Warrior Queen, in the house. Hey, thanks for coming on out tonight. Much appreciated. Let's see here. If we haven't already smashed the thumbs up button, please do that for me. We got 20 people in the house. Let's see if we can grab 20 thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Stubbs Bitchin' and Fish is saying, watching you. Who you watching there, Stubbs? I have to thank you, man. You know what? You've been in here and you've been showing a lot of support for all of us. That's sort of our like a little social circle, and it's much appreciated for sure. And you know, by coming in here and showing support, you know, everybody's getting you back, so everybody's getting a lot of subs back and forth. And I'm not trying to turn this into a sub for sub channel by all means. I'm just trying to get some really cool things across to everybody. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to watch my my Algonquin Park videos, part 1 and part 2. I have to say honestly, and it's not a bragging thing or nothing, but has actually turned out to be one of my best videos that I put out as far as response from people. The amount of comments I've been getting, the amount of views I've been getting, and the amount of hours that I picked up from it has been second to none. I think it's ranking up there. It's about second or third place of all the videos I put on already within 2 weeks time. And the fact that it's picked up all that within 2 weeks as opposed to videos I've had on there for a few months. So it's really catching up. And it just goes to show me what people want to see. You want to see actually these adventures. You know, day camps are cool, showing skills, showing all kinds of product reviews and things are really cool. But as what follows within my true passion, I want to get out there and Canoehound Adventures, man. I want to be out there. I want to be exploring. I've got a few videos that I've been working on, that I've been recording and stuff, and I just got to get to editing them. One is a tour of the Welland Canal, Welland Recreational Canal, and it's something. It was the first maiden voyage I did with my new canoe, and I haven't had a chance to get that edited. A little bit of fun, family fun from this past weekend with the family out on the boat on the Niagara River. Don't know if I'll turn that into a video or not. I'll have to go through the footage to see if I have anything that's really good. And then I got an instructional video coming up on how to install vinyl decals to your canoe or kayak. So that's something that's going to be more of a how-to video. But just to let you know and give you a little sneak peek as to what I have coming up here in the near future. Just talking with a buddy of mine, well, two buddies of mine that are looking to go back up to Algonquin Park for Father's Day weekend. And they know of a couple of lakes that basically they're right off the main corridor, but they're about an hour and a half portage in, which I'm not looking forward to that, to be honest with you. But we're going to be portaging an hour and a half, paddle for about 20 minutes, and another hour in, and it's supposed to take us into this magical brook trout lake that my two buddies know of. Sounds like a lot of work. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of work, but you know what? I'm down with it. I'm more than willing to get out there and shed some blood, sweat, and tears. 1, for the adventure. 2, just to get the hell out of technology and stuff like that and get out there and enjoy myself, and 3, to get some really cool footage for you guys. So hopefully that'll all work out well. I'm going to get into the chat here because I know I'm falling way behind here. I'm just going to pop up a bit. If I miss some of your comments, guys, I really apologize, just because I've been rambling on here. So everybody's saying hi here to lovely Lisa, Warrior Queen. Stubbs, okay, back to, okay, Stubbs says, when I mentioned to him, he says, watching you, and I asked if it was me, and he said, it's me, so thanks for watching, much appreciated. BloodX, Jessica Smith, I supported your channel with a comment, good stuff, BloodX, thanks very much. Twin City Outdoors, great way to connect with the outdoorsy, for sure. We have, Twin Cities, we have all kinds of people in here. We have, bushcrafters, we have knife makers, we have people that don't even have content in their channels. They just they spend a lot of time with us, and we've all gotten to be one real tight-knit YouTube family or community. I guess that's a good word for it. People that we follow each other faithfully. We watch each other's videos. We share each other's comments. We take care of each other and get each other view time and things of that sort. So it's a really tight knit community. Male or female, it doesn't matter. We are all one in here, so that's all good stuff. Great way to connect with people. Stubbs Bitchin' and Fishing says not looking for that. Loyal peeps. Jefferson says, is everything okay, Lisa? That didn't seem to go convincing, so I hope you're doing well. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well there, Lisa. Twin Cities Outdoors, I supported your channel with a comment. Good stuff, good stuff. Once again, Blood X, that's what we want to see. Is we want to see people watching a bit of content, and then we want to see people, watch it, leave a comment, and give that thumbs up. It's all important. Everybody knows that. We hear it all the time on all these other sites and on Pusa Studios and things, or channels like that. So yeah, let's keep it going. True North Angler saying hello. We got Jessica, of course. True North got back to you. Beastly Ironworks, Wilderness Family is good word for brother. For sure. How you doing, buddy? You've been working hard. David and I know each other personally, so if you see me throwing any comments his way, it's on a personal level because we do know him, or I do know David quite well. We've gotten to be good buddies over probably about the last year or so, eh? And we've done things together, and we've supported each other inside and outside of YouTube world, so that's cool. He has a new channel. He's got a whopping 2 videos up, unless I've missed one. So he's looking for subscribers as well. So check out David at Beastly Ironworks. He's a real down-to-earth guy, and he puts out some pretty cool content. The one thing I could say about you, Dave, is you're a very well-spoken individual for sure. Yep. Thanks for stopping by, BloodX. Yes, for sure. How many people we got in the house here? Sorry, I keep squinting back and forth because I'm jumping back and forth from my computer to the wife's computer. We got 18 in the house. We're showing 10 likes, 10 thumbs up. That's awesome. If everybody hasn't gotten familiar with each other, please do get familiar with each other and smash that red button, turn it gray, and show some love. Tyler says, Canoehound, I betrayed my local brewery. This IPA is good. Well, one problem with that, it's not actually an IPA. It's a English ale. But just the fact that you're enjoying it, man, this is, you know what? I support a lot of local breweries. We have a lot in Southern Ontario, the area that I live. This particular one is actually made in Toronto. I pass it frequently whenever I'm heading into Toronto because it's like right on the Don Valley Parkway, like when you're going towards the Rogers Center or heading towards the CN Tower or downtown Toronto. And they've got some really good beers. Maybe one day I'll send you over an Octopus Wants to Fight or a Canuck Pale Ale. So they've got really good beers. But cheers, buddy. I knew you'd like it. That's why I snuck it into the package that you won. Ah, Beasley, you're actually driving. You're not even home from work today, eh? I got to give Enrique a call because I got a couple signs that have to come down. So basically, you're going to be my man. It's good stuff. Hey, Dan, you're hijacking someone? Jack Tone, how you doing, man? Thanks for popping into the stream tonight. Much appreciated. Hopefully you get to know some of the people in here. I know you've been in a bunch of our streams within the group or the community lately, so nice to see you around. Thanks for popping into mine. Remember to hit that thumbs up button. Be much appreciated. We got what, 18 in the house watching right now? You guys up for? I got 3 products that I purchased from Amazon. And there are 3 things that I've been wanting and watching, but I've been kind of waiting until I got my first payout from Amazon through Amazon Associates. So basically, I picked up these items with the money I earned from that, and I'll do a little show and tell to see what you guys think of it. Maybe it's something that you guys might be interested in picking up yourselves because they're very useful things, and especially for some of us, yeah. Let's see, what do we got here? Tyler says, I need to order a wrap for my new canoe. Same color as decal with my logo on it, or I'll have to email you tomorrow. Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty big wrap for your canoe for sure. Tyler just picked up a new aluminum canoe. Not what, probably 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he picked up a new kayak as well. So you know what? He's all set up for a nice adventure on the water or a couple of adventures. I'll tell you one thing: canoes and kayaks, they're similar, but they're not the same. Trust me. You're gonna carry a lot more in your canoe for sure. Dan saying, I like saying hi, Jack. Yes, I thought of that the other night when I seen Jack Tone in the one thing there. I was going to say that. So you know, it doesn't matter. 15 foot. Actually, you know what? 15 foot is going to be a good sized canoe for you, Tyler, for solo paddling. My new canoe is only a 14 footer, and it holds me, all my gear, and Molly, and room to spare. Um, But a 15-foot canoe is something that's going to be much more manageable for you if you're going to be out solo paddling. Just remember to sit on the back seat facing the back of the boat so that you're sitting more centralized or more centered on the canoe. If you sit in the back, you're going to pop the canoe up like a wheelie. But if you sit in the front seat facing the back of the canoe, you'll be able to balance your load out a lot more and you'll get a lot more control. I'll give you some advice on canoeing a paddle or paddling a canoe, sorry, is watch some videos, learn your strokes, especially solo paddling. You're going to want to learn the J stroke. You're going to want to learn that pry stroke, which is, you know, these are things that are just going to keep you going straight and narrow uh, on your path in the water. So check out some paddling instructions for paddling a canoe solo. Maybe I should do one of them. I could use my 16-foot canoe and I could do a little instructional video for our community. Yeah, you know what, Tyler? Yeah, and everybody else, my numbers have really gone up since I did that 555 giveaway. Um, I think I'm sitting around 670. I don't know exactly what I'm at right now, but I believe I'm at around 670 subscribers, which has been great, and that's due in part to last night. Pusa Studios had their two times wheel going on, and for the first time, I actually made the wheel. But it wasn't a full on review of my channel. It happened to be like a sort of like a double run where they had me. I ended up being the fourth person, and then number 40th person on their count, and we shared a little subscriber increase run, I guess you could say. There was no review on the channel, so my channel still hasn't been reviewed by them. And whether it does or it doesn't, one day hopefully it will. But if it doesn't, no biggie. But it was pretty cool. I picked up probably about 11 or 12 new subscribers in a 3-minute period, which was cool. So yeah. Yeah, Herbert's saying, or Dan's saying I'm at 680. So hey, you know what? Before you know it, I'll be at 700. Happy to say that my view time hours today, I jumped over the 1,400 view time hours. So I'm well on my way to that 4,000 too, and that's been increasing steadily with the last two videos that I put out. So they've been getting a lot of good view time. So that really helps if you get some magical video out there that actually picks up a lot of view time. It's really, really, really going to help your view time hours. Tyler says, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I shared the hell out of it, hoping to get you to 1K." Cool. Well, okay, guys. So I'm gonna start out with my very first review. I'm gonna start out with something that's kind of trinkety. It's not even a review. It's just more of a show and tell to show you something that I picked up. Something I've been looking at for a long time. This is something that's handy for around the house. This is something that's handy for in the outdoors. It's handy if you're doing canoe tripping, kayak tripping, camera gear. It's got so many uses. I've been looking at these things for a long time, and essentially all they are, if you guys could see this, it's called a silicone cable tie. Okay, And essentially all it is like it's like a little piece of rubbery type of thing there. It's got a wire inside, comes in a whole multitude of colors. And these things, I picked these up because I can actually tie my gear in my canoe now using these. So if I'm doing a portage and I want to carry my paddles and my fishing rod and stuff, I can wrap these things around my thwart. And basically they're just silicone and they act like a twist tie of sorts. Okay, so they're pretty cool. I'm gonna get let me get my other camera up here just to get a bit of a better shot. Here we go. And let me lose the Canoehound logo. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so they come in a multitude of colors. No big deal. The package I got was a 30 pack. I'll show you the Amazon link for that in a second. There on the website, I got that all set up to go. So yeah, they're just a bunch of really neat little wiry type of contraptions. They come in 3-inch, right? Let's see, I can show you colors that are gonna, there you go, that stands out, right? The orange, that's a 3-inch. I'll show you, there's an orange 6-inch. There's an orange 8-inch. And they come in a whole bunch of colors. So not just orange, but this is the 8-inch. Then they come in 10-inch, getting longer. You can see you've got 3 to 12, right? And here's the 12-inch. But like I say, these are really, really a neat product. And like I said, I've been wanting to get these for quite a while now. And just for like I say, securing your gear into the boat. These things you can twist them, you can turn them. There's a whole bunch of, you could use these in your shop if you have extension cords that you're going to be twist tying together. The little tiny ones, I've actually been using them for my cables, like headphone cables, for mouse cables, for my charging cables for my computer. They're just, you know, big enough that you can get them around there and you can hold all these things together. So you might be wondering, yeah, oh, these things are pretty cool. What are they worth? I'm just going to pull up here really quick the actual live page on these so that you can get some information. I paid like $16. I got 30 pieces. And I'll just read their description of it. 30-piece twist ties, Lankea silicone cable ties, reusable rubber straps holders, 3-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch cable tie straps for managing or cable management, fastening sacks, cordage, food hanging things, blah blah blah. $16.99 is free shipping on $35 or more, which I never have a problem doing on Amazon. Comes with 4 lengths of cable. There's 8 3-inch, there's 8 6-inches, there's 5 8-inchers, there's 5 10-inchers, and 4 12-inch, 30 pieces in total. Flexible and folding, you can manipulate them into various shapes for fulfilling many uses. These twist ties are great to keep all your wires from getting tangled. You can even bend to become a stand for your phone. And I've seen pictures of that. Actually, I think they got a picture right here. Yeah, there's a pretty cool picture of it, right? So you can bend these things. They're just so usable. They're waterproof. You know, they're just going to be doing a great job for all kinds of things. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into an infomercial because, you know, I'm not trying to sell these things by all means. Although I did put the links in the description if it's something that interests you. You know, you might want these things. But there's just so many uses for them, and they're so handy. And you know, for sure, I would definitely check them out if it's something that, you know, something that interests you. But like I say, the main reason why I got these, and although they're going to have a bunch of reason or purposes at home, the main reason why I did pick these up is because when I was on the canoe trip there, I almost lost my camera a couple times because I had my tripod set up on the floor, and every time Molly would move around the floor, she'd bump into the thing, and being top heavy on a tripod, if you can imagine, right? On the tripod, and all the thing wants to start tipping over or fall over. So a couple of times I actually saved my camera from falling into the water. Now I can actually take the legs over by the thwart. I can wrap that around, get one twist, and my tripod's not going anywhere unless the whole canoe goes over. So yeah, so that's a pretty cool product. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that or if anybody's ever used these things, but I'm excited by it. You know, there are a couple of different brands out there. There's one brand that's called, I think it's called Gear. I think they're called Gear Ties, and I think they're the principal. And of course, this is probably just a China knockoff, but just as effective, 100%, just as effective. So let's see, what am I missing here? I'm sure. Passion for hunting and fishing. Hey, Rocco's in the house. How you doing, buddy? This is another one of my Ontario peeps. I believe he's up the highway somewhere around Hamilton area. Not sure, but thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Him and I were talking a couple weeks, or a week and a half ago on his live there about possibly getting out and doing a little fishing adventure up on the Niagara River. So maybe one day we'll get hooked up through Facebook or something and get ourselves out there on a little fishing excursion. Yeah, True North Angler says they look very useful for just about anything. Yeah, they are a pretty cool product, man. Like, whoever thought of them, I don't know how rich they're getting really quick, but pretty cool stuff. Another new person in the house. We got Woman of the Woods Adventures. That's somebody new I've never seen in here before. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Take a look around, get to know some of the people around you here, and you know, visit each other's site, share the love. Share the love. Yeah, passion for Rocco from Passion for Hunting and Fishing. Beastly Ironworks is another fellow that lives in our area. He's another Niagara boy. So he's in the same neighborhood. There we go. Maybe we can get a few of us out there and get a little fishing adventure going. I could get 3 people on my boat quite comfortably. So we'll see what happens there, and get a little camera angle change, a little more wide angle. 16 watching. Yeah, so from what I understand, Rock over at Passion for Hunting and Fishing, he right now he just does a lot of shore fishing and stuff like that. He hasn't got a boat, but like I say, for those of us that do, it's nice to get you guys out. Rocco, hopefully you got a beer going. I know you're a Heineken boy, are you not? Every time I see you, you got a green bottle to your lips. I'm drinking an IPA out of Toronto there called Pompous Ass from Great Lakes Brewery, so it's one of my favorites. Hey, Bass the North, how you doing? Thanks for popping in today, bud. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. What do you think? Should I show you another thing that I picked up from Amazon? I'm not trying to show, like I said, I'm not trying to show this stuff off, but I just thought I would show it off just to see if it's something that you guys are interested in. I got the next 2 items are actually pretty cool things. The one thing that I just picked up as well is a pair of paddling gloves. They are a paddling glove put out by the company, I think, Hornet. Yeah, Hornet paddling gloves. They're made of like 50% SBR. I have no idea what SBR is. There's also 35% polyester, 10% nylon, and 5% spandex. Now the reason why I picked these up is I discovered very quickly when I was on the canoe trip that there's a couple of sharp edges on the canoe, and it's where the yoke fits on for portaging. There's 2 thumb screws that go on the edge, and when you're paddling, there's enough of a lip on this thing to be sticking out that it catches your finger, and it bloodied a couple of my knuckles when we were going. But not only that, you tend to get blisters on your hands when you're paddling with a kayak paddle, just because there's no calluses built up. So I picked up these gloves just for the trips. For getting out there. They're a stretchy, spandexy type of glove. They're supposedly fairly quick to dry. As you can see here, and let me put it back to the other screen again, so we get a better view. Okay, so you see the gloves are they're fingerless gloves. They got a Velcro closure on top of the wrist. Very comfortable. They're extra larges because I got a bigger mitt. And you can see the shininess in the palm. And the shininess is there because, oh, wrong hand, is there because they actually got like a very sticky, a grippy palm. So that's going to allow me to actually grab my my kayak paddles a little better. As a lot of you know, this finger right here is really a messed up finger. It doesn't close from an accident that I had, so it kind of makes a lot of things a little difficult to grip. So that's where this rubberized palm is really going to come in handy. They're very comfortable gloves. From all the reviews I read on Amazon, they're very durable. They don't harden up after they get wet. They're pretty quick dry given the materials that they're made of, the nylons and the spandex and all that stuff, and the polyester. Having poly in it's going to be moisture wicking, so if your hands are sweating, it's going to help wick out the moisture. That's one thing that's really cool and good about these as well. So I'm hoping that these are going to be good. I haven't actually tried them yet, but I have picked them up to try them and to use them. And for what I paid for them, you know, what were they? Let's just take a quick peek. I'll pull up that page as well. Just a quick little review, or not a review, but a little... it's that one. And my web pages, transition. There we go. So yeah, so they're called rowing gloves. They were $25. So basically the money that I earned from my Amazon Associates link actually paid for these gloves. Okay, so that's why I say I spent a little more than I earned, and it's all just about buying new stuff. So yeah, they're good for, you know, indoor, outdoor usage. They're easy to carry, light, small enough to carry in your gym bag. Washing machine safe. That's another thing. If they start stinking on you, you can throw them in a washing machine. It can be used for different sports and activities, including indoor rowing, sculling, kayaking, paddle boarding, OC, dragon boating, paddle sports, CrossFit, gym training, weight training, lifting, and more. And they even offer 100 or 100% money back guarantee. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's go through a couple of the pictures that they got here. Let's see if we double click and we get the, no. Gives you a little fitting guide. That's how I determined I need the extra large. And these are on my hands. I got larger hands. They're very, very comfortable. So that's a pretty cool thing. So Tyler Wood, I don't know if these would be available on Amazon.com, just because they're. I bought these off of Amazon.ca. So, but you having your new canoe, you might want to look into something like this. I've always wanted a good pair. I've always used cheap pairs of gloves. Just like I have a hard time buying very expensive gloves for my bushcrafting and stuff like that. I find that just leather welding gloves work just as good as the expensive gloves, and they're a fraction of the cost. Don't always have to break the bank on this stuff, right? So, yeah. So like I say, that's my second little goodie that I actually picked up. Got one more. I'll wait a few minutes to get that on. And the next one is actually, the next thing I got is actually something that's going to help my video quality. So I thought of that as well. And it's basically a lighting system that was very inexpensive, and it's waterproof. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. I'll just get caught up on the chat here a little. Let's get some more shout-outs. We got Bucktail Outdoors is in the house. How you doing? Looks like you and the pup had a good adventure. Saw day one, need to catch up with day two. Hello, Rocco. Yeah, Bucktails, we actually we had a great trip, man. It was a lot of fun. That's my true passion. Always been a passionate canoe guy. I've been canoeing for like 35 years plus, and to me, every opportunity I get to get out is always a good thing. And yeah, Molly had a good time too. She's well attuned to the canoe, so that's good stuff. Harris Outdoors says, "Oh, cool! I'm in Cherokee. I'm fishing Altoona. What's Altoona? Never heard of a fish called Altoona. McCartney Survival. Mason made it into the house. How you doing, brother? Hope things are going well. That's a great place to go. No doubt. Harris Outdoors. I'll teach survival courses all that way. Cool. Passion for hunting and fishing. Thanks, man. Smash that thumbs up. Rocco knows what he's talking about. Smash them thumbs up. Hey, Adrian, True North Angler. Yes. Anybody else, when you're doing a live stream, do you keep notes? I've gotten to meet so many people on YouTube that I try to take notes of names and stuff like that. Just like we got Doug here for Grim Adventures of Bushcraft and Hiking. Holy crap! You changed the name of your channel. Yeah, This is Grim Adventures of Bushcraft and Hiking. Used to be called Grim Raven. But bam! I don't get to come to many of Canoehound Adventures live videos. Glad I was able to make this one, buddy. Hopefully you can make more of them there, Doug. I switched to Tuesdays just because football season for my favorite CFL team is starting up. Actually, I got my first game this Thursday, which is a preseason game. And then we've got next Thursday is actually season opener, playing the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So all looking forward to that there. And, of course, I can't miss my my Ticats football. So, yeah, even got, let's see here. Get back to the other camera angle. Got my Ticats football with their little chant on it. Oski wee wee. Oski wawa. Holy Mackinac. Tigers eat 'em raw. I don't know who the hell invented that saying, but yeah, it is what it is. Twin City Outdoors, the Alouettes. Yes, they're in the same league. They've been at the basement of the league for a few years now since they came back into the CFL, and then they actually ended up with Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel played for him last season, and he got himself in trouble with them again, and now he's back down to some no-name league down in the States. So everybody knows Johnny Football, right? It's more like Johnny F up. Yeah, I actually like the new name there, Grim. That's pretty good for searchability for sure. And you know what? I think most of your content is more bushcraft on your channel, anyways, right? So for those of you that don't know, guys like Harris Outdoors and Grim Raven or Grim Adventures of Bushcraft and Hiking, it's going to take me a while to spit that out easily. They're part of that thing I mentioned a bunch of times that I've been invited into called the Community Outdoors. It's, I believe, 7 creators. We all are going to be doing a video in a season series, I believe, on extended survival situations. So that's what I've taken so far from what we got going. But I know Doug at Grim Adventures of Bushcraft and Hiking is one of the founders of this there, and he's got a big hand in this thing. So looking forward to it, man. I just got to figure out what I want to do for content, and get some stuff up. Doug, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop you into moderator mode, and there you go. Just popped you into moderator mode. If you want to throw some links up for Community Outdoors, that would be great. Same goes for Harris Outdoors. That would be awesome if you want to throw up some information or links on here so that everybody in the chat right now can check it out and see what's going on with the Community Outdoors. I don't know if has anybody posted a new video yet? Maybe you could put up the link to the intro video, give people an idea of what it is, and if anybody else has a link up to that, like their video posted yet, we could put a link up to that as well. Yeah, Dan, I agree, man. We've got a lot of good people in the house, as we always do. You know what? Our little core group here, we've got some good peeps all the time. So, it's always cool to for all of us to share the love and build up that watch video list. It's funny because I actually today I added a couple videos into watch later list. And I went into my watch later list and I got like 40 videos I got to get caught up on. One of the one was about the links, associate links and stuff like that in there. I know that I've been warned to just watch what we're actually putting on for links as far as sales and redirects and stuff like that. So you don't want to get ourselves in trouble. Beastly Ironworks, where are you from? Yeah, Beastly's down by me. We're both in the Welland area. And yourself, you Rocco, you're in the Hamilton area, I think. Is that correct? Or Stony Creek? Are you in those areas? Current intro video, but with Mike joining, it will be changed. Oh, which Mike? Who, did I miss something? Who's Mike? Who is joining the group? Dave, I didn't know you actually lived originally in the Hamilton area. I thought you're always pretty much a Welland boy, or at least for the last quite a while. There you go, guys. So Grim Ravens actually posted, I believe, the link to the intro video for Community Outdoors, as well as Harris Outdoors has done the same thing. So feel free to give it a look there. Let's get that some view time hours. And I don't even know who's hosting that there on their page, but check it out. Then you could get a more of a true feeling as to what it's about. And then you guys support me. I'm sure you guys can support that Community Outdoors as well. That's like I say, it's something pretty neat. They did a season last year, and if you go through all their videos, you get some pretty cool stuff. But they've also got a Facebook page, which is a Facebook community, and they got all kinds of posts on there and stuff like that too. So it's pretty neat stuff. Yeah, so Rocco, yeah, you're in Stony Creek area. I kind of gathered that from your live streams. That's cool, man. Like I say, we're so close together. It's there's aside from Beastly Ironworks, who's just starting out his YouTube channel, there's no other real YouTubers in the Niagara area that I know of or associate with. Everybody seems to be pretty far out. So, okay, Northeast Outdoors. Yeah, I'm familiar with them. Won't hold it against you, Dave. Won't hold it against you. Like I say, you're a half decent dude. Otherwise, I wouldn't talk to you. Yeah. There we go. Passion for hunting and fishing, showing some love over to Beastly. We had a little running joke there, Rocco, with Dave over at Beastly Ironworks, that he would be one of the first YouTubers to hit 1,000 subscribers before he even posted a video, and then he went and posted a video just to show us wrong. So check him out, anyways. He's a buddy of mine, personal friend, and he's a knife maker, and he made me a really nice knife. If you go through some of my videos there, you can see the Meet My Knife Maker video and a review on the Bush Beast. And the Bush Beast is what I named the knife that he made for me. It's a really nice bushcrafting knife. It's really cool. So check that out. We got Jeep Man X in the house. How you doing? Thanks for popping into the stream. You're kind of a new face. Haven't seen you in here, so hopefully you get to meet people and enjoy what we're all about. Herbert T. Outdoors. Looky and arrow stuff. Yes. Herbert T. Outdoors is a professional marksman with an arrow. For those of you that don't know, he's a troll hunter. And that's all good stuff, man. Public Land Outdoors. Hey, thanks for coming in tonight. Much appreciated. Good to see you. Yeah, Doug Beastly is the guy who made my knife. You've seen the knife, obviously. It's a good piece. He actually, Dave from Beastly, actually, I have my 555 subscriber giveaway that I did week and a half ago. What was it? Not last live, the live before, I think. And Dave actually he made a high carbon steel flint striker. which he donated as well to the giveaway. And the winner of that was Tyler Wood. He's in the stream here tonight. At least I think he is, unless he's trying to get on the Pusa wheel or something tonight. I haven't seen Tyler pop his head here in a bit. You still in here, Tyler? But Tyler won that, so we need to put a challenge out to Tyler, guys, to see if he can actually start a fire. He made char cloth. He's got the fire striker. Okay, all he needs to do is find a piece of quartz now, and let's see if he can get a fire going with that flint striker. That would be really cool if he can. If not, well, Dave, you'll have to make me one of those flint strikers, and I'll have to show him how to do it, even though I've never done it before. Yeah, you're kind of right there, Jefferson. In general, it works best to say hello before just pulling out the bow and arrow. Yes. Passion for hunting, fishing. Love to have a new knife. Yep. Yeah, we all do. I've actually got a few nice knives. The Bush Beast that Dave built for me there is it's a heavy duty knife. It's a knife that I wouldn't hesitate to beat the living crap out of, because that's basically how he's built it. I've got another favorite knife, which is my Triple X X1, which was made by Darren Tappan out of Nova Scotia. It's a Triple X knife. It's a really nice, made of L6 steel. I know he just changed the steel that he uses for it, and but I won't hold that against him because I got the L6 steel. But it's a really nice knife. Had the nice bird's eye maple handles with some like curly maple accents in it. It's a really nice piece of. The scales are really nice. And then another one I got is just a cheapie I bought off Amazon. It's a Damascus steel knife, and it's another one I beat the crap out of because, quite frankly, I don't really give a crap about it. So when I got it, it wasn't the best quality. The sheath was falling apart and stuff. So, but I have to say one of my favorite knives is obviously the one that Dave made for me. So. There goes David, Beastly Ironworks there, praising crap again. Holy crap. Jeep Man X, thanks for coming in. Much appreciated. Appreciate the little bit of time you spent with us. If you're hanging around later, feel free to pop in again, man. We're here for until about 10 o'clock tonight. We're just almost closing in on an hour being on right now. So we'll be on for like another hour, and then somebody else will probably go on live, and we'll go over and rate them. And we'll keep I'll keep going until about 11 o'clock if we're rating somebody. So that's all good stuff. Harris Outdoors, you're working. Well, hey, it's a good job if you could actually work and hang around here for a while. So far, I have 2 Camillus knives from Walmart. Shh, don't judge, I'm poor. You know what, Grim? I was mentioning about that the cheap Damascus knife I bought. I think I paid $49 off of Amazon, and I bought it because it was a really cool looking knife. I beat the crap out of that thing, and even though it's not the best quality, it's still a good knife. Still has a razor's edge on it. Even though I did curl one part of the edge, but I kind of worked it flat again. But you know what? I'm a firm believer that you don't always have to have the highest quality stuff. It's nice. You know the high quality stuff is not going to let you down. But sometimes you have to work within your means of affordability and how much you're actually going to use it. You know what I mean? So if you're going to use it often, go for the high end. If it's something that you're going to use from time to time, it doesn't hurt to skimp a little bit for sure. Okay, anybody want to see my third thing that I picked up off of Amazon? This one here is really cool for anybody that's that does night shooting of videos, and you always say, darn, I wish I had a good light, or I need better light because I can't see this, that, or the other thing. This thing here, I was kind of skeptical. I've been watching this online now on Amazon for probably about 2 months. And there again, didn't want to buy it until I actually until I made a few bucks off of that Amazon Associates thing, right? So basically what it is, it's a waterproof light put out by the company called Suptig. This is it here. And I'll tell you a bit of the facts about it first before I get into it. It's 500 lumens. It's waterproof, so you can actually use it for your sports action cameras to get you underwater if you're doing underwater shots. I probably won't do many of them, but it's more for outdoor usage. It's got a wide angle. It's got the battery in it is actually a battery from a GoPro Hero 3 series, I believe. So it's a very cost-effective battery. It's got built-in charger, but the battery comes out of it, and it comes with a couple of like GoPro style mounts. You can see there. It comes with a nice charging cable, a little twisty thing that so you can screw it onto your camera or your tripod or whatever you're trying to mount it onto. And then it's got this little thing. And on the Amazon link, I seen this darn thing right here. And I kept looking at it, and I did not know what it was. Nowhere in the description did it describe what it is. And what it is on the backside. See the backside there? It's got the pattern. It's the same pattern as the screw bolt thingy. Okay? And it's made for, you put it on there, and it's just made to tighten it up so you can get a nice snug fit. So it's sort of like a specialized little wrench. So this lamp, this light, as you can see right here, Suptig. It's got the mount on the bottom here, which would mount onto your tripod. Now I set up my tripod for it, right? And that would just fit on there and screw on. And then on the top portion, up here, there's another slide, which would be for the one that they included, so you can actually mount your sports camera, or if you have the right attachments, you can mount your little your regular camera on there. And I'll just pop that on there for shits and giggles, and there you go. And then that would go on your tripod as such. And hopefully I got all this in the screen. And yeah, then you got your night lighting. Now this thing's actually got a lot more uses because it has the fixtures on it for like a GoPro style camera mounting system or a sports action camera mounting system. There's nothing to say that you couldn't use that on. Let me just grab it here. Of course, I've got a bunch of different mounts for my my camera, but this here's the one that's a little suction cuppy one. Everybody that's got a sports action camera probably has one of these things. You can mount it on there. Okay, so if you're working on a car and you need flashlight, you got a handy light. There you go, right? If you have a chest mount, they call them, I believe they call them chesties. It's the harness that goes on. You can mount that on your chest. If you're a mountain biker, you can mount that with the proper mount onto your handlebars. And it's got a multitude of different uses. So anything that you can use those GoPro style mounts with, you can use this thing with, which is really, really handy. Nice thing about it, as I mentioned, and we'll get to the light in a second, is it opens up. It's got a nice waterproof seal. I haven't dunked it, so I don't know. And then it's got a GoPro style battery, which I believe is, like I say, the Hero 3 battery system. Yeah. So if you have the Hero 3 batteries, then you've got extra batteries. And it charges right within. See, there's a little USB charging port right here. Okay, so you actually charge right within it. This thing's got 36 LED lights. Like I say, it's about 500 lumens of power. And I'm just going to flash it on the wall behind me. And let me just change camera angle here. There. I know it's very bright in here now, but it's got a pretty good glow. And it's got a low setting. And then it's got like a beacon or a flash mode. Now this is really hard to see it. Let me just turn out the basement lights here. Here we go. It's going to get dark here. I'm going to leave the one lamp on so everybody can see it. Now I'll turn it off too. What the heck? Let's make it black here. Okay, so it's dark. So here's mode 1. Nice and bright. Secondary mode. And of course the flasher mode. Yeah. So I'll turn all my lights back on now. So yeah, I just thought I would share that with you. This year, I really wish I had this when I was on my last canoe trip, because there's a few opportunities where I wouldn't have minded getting some night shots. Not to mention it makes a good lamp for hanging inside the hammock, and it's got multiple uses, and that's what I like looking for, things that have multiple uses. So very, very, very cool system, and something that I'm going to enjoy. For those of you that are looking at them, I'll pull up the actual listing on it, just so you can see. Now you're probably wondering how much this darn thing was, and let me tell you, and these are in Canadian funds. Here we have it. This thing was a whole $30.99 right there. Free shipping on orders over $35. So to me, it was a good thing. They have multiple different units on there that you can get, different systems. But this is the one I figured, this here was sort of mid-range or even lower range. And I liked the fact that it had like 4 stars, had a lot of good reviews, a couple naysayers in there, of course. But yeah, just works really, really well. Let's see here, a couple of pictures. You can see the mounting system there. The charging system. There's the charging port. There's a little LED charging light, your battery, which is removable and replaceable. Waterproof cover. There's it with a GoPro on its own mount there. But like I say, it's very versatile. If you have the mounts, then you're kind of laughing. You know, the made-up picture of it underwater with the. If you look at it close enough, you can see that camera was photoshopped in. Very cool. And there's what comes in the package. So, yeah, there we go. There's my show and tell for the day. And if anybody wants to get more information on this, I've got the actual links are in the description below. You can check it out at any time and go and have a look. If you're from Canada, you can feel free to make a purchase online. Just to let you know, I do make a couple dollars, a little bit of profit or a little bit of referral fee off it there, being an Amazon associate. But that's not the reason why I did this. I'm just doing it to show you because you guys might find interest in either, like, you know, the little twisty things, the gloves, or the light. And that's it for Dennis's show and tell. Get a tip of beer, and that's that. I'm gonna get myself back here to the stream. Public Land Outdoors. I think I've already said hi to you. Joy Rains is in the house. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. But what kind of battery life? Public Land. You know what? I'm not exactly sure what the battery life is. I just got this thing yesterday, but I thought about doing a test with it. But I've got a couple of things going on this coming weekend that I'm going to use the heck out of this outside. I want to try a few things. I believe it might even say in the description. Does it say? Does it say? Oh, it says here, running time at high light, you get an hour and a half. Low light, 4 hours. And SOS mode is 6 hours. So if you have the replaceable or batteries, like replacement batteries, or if you have the ability to charge in the field, I got a Goal 1 solar charger, which I usually take on me with canoe trips, and I use that to keep my electronics charged, whether it's my phone for GPS or my lights or my camera batteries and stuff like that. So it's very handy to have. Herbert T Outdoors says $24.99 US. Yeah, of course, but your dollar's worth a little stronger than the Canadian dollar. So there you go. So I think for 24.99, that's, you know what? I'll go on record as saying that when I have to go do my Amazon review after a week or two of using this thing, from what I'm seeing right now, it seems like really good quality. It seems like it doesn't seem like your typical overseas cheap crap, right? So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, very good price for sure. TC Bushcraft, I just checked your channel. Very cool. That's all good. Rocco, you're going to check out this. Take a look at TC Bushcraft. His name is Tanner. And check out his video on his new kayak. He's got a cool little kayak that he's going to be using for fishing and stuff like that. This young fella is very passionate about the outdoors and bushcrafting and things of that sort. So, yeah, for sure, show him some love, man. That's all good stuff. Going to buy that. Passion. You know what? Actually, you know what, Rocco? On my fishing boat, hey, when I go out like fishing in the evenings, I got accent lights inside and they're blue, but something like this inside of my boat, this will light my boat right up on the inside. So that's another reason why I bought it. If it turns out to be really good, I'll buy another one of the things, right? But like I say, for what it costs, if it broke 3 months from now, I'm sure I'll get $30 worth of usage out of it. So that's cool stuff. There we go. Dan just found it for $20.99. So yeah, you know what I mean. If you guys find it interesting, pick one up, man. They're pretty cool. Whether you find it on Amazon or through one of your own links there, go for it, man. Grab it up, grab it up. But like I said, I do have the link down here in the description for all three of the things I showed you. If it's something that interests you, feel free to make the purchase through Amazon and make Canoehound $1 or two. I know, right? $20. I mountain bike as well, right? And I'll tell you a story about mountain biking. I remember back 6, 7, 8 years ago or something when I was riding mountain bike competitively. I was with a riding club and we would do 24-hour races or 8-hour endurance races and stuff like that. And for the 24-hour races, you always had to have good lights because when you're out there and you're riding through the bush, you have to be able to see your way through, obviously. And lights back then were so bloody expensive. I remember the first light I bought, I think I paid $290 for, and it was one of those HID lights, and it was really ultra super bright, and it's sitting in my basement now. The battery died on it. I can't even get a replacement battery for it. So that's to say, how much I spent, and then the fact that the thing is no good anymore. This here, it runs off a GoPro battery, and the weight of this thing, I bet you the thing's not more than a couple of ounces. It's very, very light. And like I say, it seems really well put together. Even if a couple of them LEDs happen to burn out, LEDs usually last for a long time. But if a couple burnt out, there's like 36 light lamps in there, right? So it's gonna last for a while. So yeah. Rocco's getting ready to take off, people. Everybody say goodbye to Rocco. He says he needs to go pack. My son, thanks for your live stream. I'll see you next time. See you later. Later, took all my friend. No, take care, my friend. No problem, man. Good to see you, Rocco. I appreciate you popping into the stream, showing some support. Go ahead and post on there when you stream for next time. Let me get you as a moderator on there. You get yourself a little post so that people know when you're going to be going live streaming, and you can check him out. Rocco is very good with getting people's numbers up. He does a lot of shout outs, and he'll build your numbers up of your channel for sure. So thanks for coming out, brother. Much appreciated. What do we got here? Oh, we got 13, man. I guess doing those little reviews, we lost a few people, but that's no big deal. I haven't seen Mason or Tyler in here in a while, so all my brothers are not showing me the love tonight. Dave, I should have had you over, for a couple of beverages tonight. Public Land Outdoors. Yeah, if you've been to Rocco's site, yeah, definitely he'll help you out. He likes to push people over their marks as far as specific goals, right? Like I know right now I'm sitting at what I think somebody said 680 subscribers. If I went there and he's seen I was at 680, he would definitely take the time to try and push me up over the 700 mark. He's just that kind of a guy, so that's all cool stuff. Thanks, Tanner. I know you're here, buddy. I've seen you pop in with some comments here and there. You're getting to be like the rest of us, Tanner. You're getting to be a real YouTube junkie, eh? I'll tell you, I don't know if you people can honestly attest to what I'm saying here, but this YouTube stuff is quite addictive. You know, it's I check in through it daily. I know guys like Dan. Every time I check in on things, Dan's on there. I know Tyler's on there. Mason's on there. Dave's usually on there. A lot of times, Chase is on there. Chasing Guns Outdoors. So yeah, it's a kind of a addictive thing. It's like eating peanuts, mind you. I used to watch. I wouldn't say a lot of television, but I used to watch a fair bit of television, and I watch next to nothing now, aside from watching like my hockey playoff or my sports. My wife and I are actually thinking about getting rid of cable TV. Cable sucks, right? I don't know how many of you, anybody out there, get rid of cable yet and just resort to live streaming and things of that sort. Hunt Shack Wilderness is in the house. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Another one of my Northern Ontario friends. Yeah, Dan, that's true. You know, it's like a big family without drama. Dan, I just wanted to point out to you too. I missed your live stream there about what to do to get yourselves more noticed on your video. And I watched both your first part before you got cut off, and then I watched the second part as well. And very, very good instructional video. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go over to Herbert T Outdoors. Check out his videos on, like I say, his live streams, and they're instructional on about how to properly tag your videos and the hashtags and the what are they called? The tags, just the tags. And how they can increase how you get noticed using things like TubeBuddy and whatever the other one is. Excuse me, beer burp. Oh. The only thing I don't have TubeBuddy on here. I got to look into that. And I know a lot of what you said is really true about having specific keywords that are not individual keywords. You got to have like like a sentence, something that you would type in. Say, for instance, if you're looking for how to do a J-stroke. What's a J-stroke? It's a canoeing paddle technique, right? But you're not just going to punch into YouTube J-stroke. You're going to put in there how to J-stroke, right? So that's something that you might want to put in, but you got to try and find the right one that not everybody has written, right? So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it can really get your pages or your channel noticed or your individual videos noticed. And I noticed you had a video on there too, Dan. It was about using cameras like this. One of my biggest pet peeves, besides the fact that this thing only has a screen on the back so I can't see myself in frame, is anytime the wind blows across this thing, and you get all that, that really horrible wind noise sound. And I've always said I wanted to make a little windsock for this thing. Something that's gonna cut back on that noise. So I got to watch that video on that. I looked it up and I seen there's actually a few videos, but yours is one of the first ones that popped up about it. And I want to make myself a little windsock so I can get it over the little microphone thingy here. And by doing that there, hopefully I could eliminate a lot of the wind noise. If you take a look here, I believe, I'm not sure if, I have to check it out. There's 3 little holes right here. I think those are the actual speaker. and then there's another hole. Ooh, where are we? Right there, that little hole there by the on-off word. I believe that's the microphone. I'm not sure. I'll have to do a little testing one day just by blowing into it or something. But I want to put a little windsock on that or something so that I can actually cut back on the amount of wind noise that I have, because it irritates the crap out of me when I'm producing a video and I think I got the perfect shot and I got like nice, quiet and serene. And for some reason when you're out there you don't really notice like that mild breeze, just a little blowing on there. And before you know it, you got all this all this wind noise and turbulence, and you end up cutting out the sound and having to use it as a musical overlay over top to make it an entertaining piece. I know that's what I had to do in the last video, so yeah, it is what it is, right? That's what happens when you're using cheaper cameras. And I have to say, this may be a cheap Canon camera, but this thing, all the videos I do with this thing, or for the most part, anyways, because I got my little cheap, crappy sports action camera too. But that Canon is the one, and I have two of the same model pretty much. The sound is really good with the exception of the wind, and the video capture, like the essence of the video, is really, really good. So it works well for me. Herbert says he's also using TubeBuddy and vidIQ. That was the other one that I was wondering about. Hunchak Wilderness says he got rid of cable 7 years ago. Can't blame you. I just wish wife and I keep talking about getting rid of it, and it'd be nice to get rid of it. Yeah, see, so many of you don't watch TV. You don't even have a need for cable. Like I say, the only thing I'd really need cable for is my sports, and I know I can actually live stream sports too with one of those Android boxes or something like that, right? So, and Dave, yes, I like making the J stroke sound dirty. So, Catfish Terry, hey, how you doing? There's a new face in the house. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you out. We got a lot of good people in here, man. Let's check out your channel, and you could check out everybody else's, and we could all grow together. All grow together. I'm going to take a little peek at what your channel has to offer right now. Go to channel. We've got Catfish Terry. He's casting and honest reviews on Cast King Reels. Pet Catfish Bailey tells me what to smoke on. Yeah, so obviously Catfish Terry, his main focus and his principal focus is actually fishing. And that's what we all like to do here too. Dan says 3 holes are speaker, single is mic. That's what I kind of assumed. So what I need to do is that individual port, I need to put some sort of a little, I got to find one of those old troll dolls. Remember those old troll dolls from like in the early 90s or mid 90s or late 80s or whatever? They had the little hairdo standing straight up. I got to cut the head off of one of them, shave them, and put the shavings on top of my camera. And turn my camera into a little troll doll. That would do it. Jessica just saying hi to Fear the Tooth. It's like you guys have been missing each other here the whole time. We got rid of cable just 2 months ago. It was odd adjustment, but we found all the stuff we liked through Hulu and a fraction of the price we're paying for cable. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying right now, eh? Alternate Outdoors is in the house. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you. Fear the Tooth, future son-in-law's in the house. Can't wait to film some visiting vids with you. Yes, for sure. We're getting ready to do a boat camping trip in July, so we'll get a lot of footage there, Maxwell, for sure. But yeah, you know what, Grim, you're talking about getting rid of that 2 months ago. That's what we're thinking. We have a couple of Android boxes in the house, and even though you got to get them reformatted once in a while because they, they keep overriding all their stuff. There's a lot of different things. I know Fear of the Tooth. I know they just use the what do you call that that system on your TV that there's a system on their new TV that they use. They don't even have cable. They do all their live streaming and stuff like that. And but I know I could go online for my favorite newscast in the morning. I could go online, CH News, and they've got live streaming of all their newscasts. That's what I watch every single morning faithfully. Um, but like I say, I come home and this right here, this YouTube thing is my TV, so I rather enjoy it. And the nice thing about YouTube is I get to watch what I want when I want to watch it, right? So that's the best part of it. And you know what? If you could support other people, guys like my buddy Tyler, if you can support Tyler Woods and he's making a few bucks and he's happy, that's all cool. Yeah, Doug says he bought himself an Alexa box and it works great. I thought about that. I've got a Google Mini here at home, which is still brand new in the box. I got it for Christmas, and I'm reluctant to set the thing up. Reason being, I heard probably about a month ago, month and a half ago, that, and now this would be for the Alexa system through Amazon. Amazon supposedly hired something like 5,000 or 2,000 people or something like that to listen in on people's conversations through Alexa. To what extent that means, I have no idea. But I just don't like the idea of knowing that Big Brother could be listening in on a system like that. Who's to know that, like, your camera right on your computer, who's watching. I know there's little devices you could glue on there, and it's like a little slide thing so you can cover the camera, so nobody's going to be watching you, right? But that's kind of scary stuff. Bucktails Outdoors. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. You know what? If that's what it takes to keep you watching the Yankees, having it on cable, yeah, for sure. That's why I say that's the main thing I watch is I'm a Maple Leafs fan, uh, Blue Jays fan. I'm not much of a basketball fan, but right now I'm on the bandwagon for the Raptors playing in the playoffs. But I like my occasion. Well, I used to really like my occasional NASCAR race and stuff like that. I like watching fishing videos on set or fishing shows on Saturday morning. I got a couple of people that I know that actually have fishing shows on TV here in Ontario. I don't know if they're widespread. One is Italo Labignan. He lives in the same. Well, he lives in Welland. I'm just on the outskirts of Welland. And another one is Charlie Ray, who actually lives quite literally like 2 blocks away from me. Not even. I walk my dog past his house all the time, so it's pretty cool. But I watch these guys that got their fishing shows on Saturday mornings, right? So Doug's saying that he feels cable and phone lines are pointless nowadays. Internet is all we need at our house. Yeah. Bucktail saying 90% of what he watches is YouTube. Yeah, same here, man. Oh, I didn't even know the Yankees and the Jays are playing right now, and the Jays are winning. Big surprise there. Accidents happen, I guess. Yeah, you know what? We as a family, we had a kitchen renovation done here in our house about 7-8 years ago. Full gut and the whole 9 yards. And when we're having all the wiring done, we actually have a section of our kitchen where we have we call it our charging area, and we've got a bunch of plugs, and in there we have a phone line jack. And man, it wasn't probably was probably 6 months after we had the renovation done that we actually got rid of our phone lines because everybody in the house has got a cell phone. Why have a phone line, right? Who's going to call you on your phone line except for telemarketers or hey, do you want your carpets cleaned or can we clean your ducks? And it's like, hey, I don't have ducks. Okay, I don't have a pond to keep them in, so yeah. Get our internet through cable, as do I for sure. Grim Raven, no, you're right. Alexa hears anything we say around it. I could see it being used for not normal purposes. I personally would prefer not. The wife believes the advertisements. Yeah, I just don't. All these big companies, Google, Amazon, and the list goes on. And these things, I know they collect information, and it might not be your personal information, but it's definitely your buying patterns and your their algorithms pick up different patterns. And you ever wonder how, if you go on a website and you're looking at a product, let's say Amazon, for example, you go on Amazon, you're checking out a couple products, then all of a sudden you go off to other websites, and it could be a day or two later, and all of a sudden there are little ads on there. It could be right here on YouTube. You go on there and you have a look, and all of a sudden the products just magically that you were looking at happen to appear on there. It's because they're tapping all your information. They're figuring things out about your patterns, what you're looking at, what you're watching, what you're frequenting, right? And they can base everything based on all this information that they're gathering off you. It's scary. It's scary, man. Like, you can't do anything today. I wouldn't want to be a criminal, because anything you do nowadays is captured on camera. There's video cameras everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if the government has satellites that can see. Well, they do, because you see it all the time in warfare, right? When they're showing like all this Taliban stuff and everything else, they could see people through heat-seeking satellite feeds where you are in a house, right? It's scary, man. It's like, plug your ears, ladies, but you could be in there banging your wife and they could be watching, right? So, not fun. Not fun for sure. That's what I was saying, Dan, about that there. A buddy of mine on his MacBook Pro, he's got this little thing, and I'd like to find where I could buy one of these things. It's a little camera cover, eh? I might just resort to sticking a little piece of electrical tape over top of it, so you don't have to worry about it. You could quit your live feed, and until you shut off your OBS, that little green light by the camera still keeps going. So that means that it's still recording something, or something's still visible. Bucktails, yeah. Sorry you got to take off, man. But the new canoe, when I picked it up at Swift Canoes, we put it on the scale before I took off, and I should have actually got it on the video. But 30 pounds, bang on the nose, 30.0. Then of course I added, like, my little safety kit on the back, adds about another 8 ounces, something like that, and whatever else I'm going to stick onto the thing. But yeah, a whole whole 30 pounds. And you know what? It is so nice. When I was on the portage, you pick that thing up and you throw it over your head, and there's nothing to it. It's so nice, and it blows my mind. My dog Molly weighs 42 pounds. She weighs 12 pounds more than my bloody canoe. So yeah. But anyways, man, Bucktails, thanks very much for coming out. I appreciate your support. Appreciate the fact that you think this is a pretty good stream. I'm just doing what I do, man. Hopefully it's going to turn out pretty good. But and you know what? I offended Jessica. Sorry, Jessica. I don't usually talk like that, but it pees me off to know that people, or that these big uppity people, or the YouTubes and the Amazons and the Googles and stuff like that, the power that they have to think that they can invade our privacy the way they do. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary. Ha 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 ha. Oh, did you want me to say that again, Doug? Jessica, plug your ears again. Preston Scott, my buddy Preston, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I'm watching Little House on the Prairie with my family tonight, but just thought I wanted to drop in and say hi. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing awesome, Preston. Doing awesome. Got a good crew of people in here again tonight. We've got a bunch of people smashing that thumbs up button. I think we're up to 16. Not as much as I had the last couple of weeks here with 30 some odd, but yeah, I was just going over a couple of things that I recently purchased off of Amazon. If you haven't seen them before, I'll just give you a quick little review. These here are like they're like a silicone twisty tie, and I'm going to use them to hold gear into my canoe. And they're reusable, and they twist, and they do all kinds of neat, funky things here. It's like a 30 pack for something like $16 on Amazon that I picked up. Picked up some nice paddling gloves for my kayak, so I can get a good grip. Don't have to worry about schmucking my fingers up on the gunnels. And then I picked up a really cool video light, which is for like a GoPro camera mount system type of thing. It could also be retrofitted to fit a normal camera. As you can see, I got here, and then that mounts on top. And then that would go on like your tripod type of thing. And that's really going to light things up. It's a nice bright light, sort of like 500 lumens. That's the bright setting. I had it all dark in here a while ago. And medium setting, or low setting, and then the flasher. So, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with everybody tonight. Yeah, I know, Jessica. Oh, hardly. What was the saying? Oh, my virgin years? Sure. No way you're plugging your ears, eh? That's okay. This is a fairly family-friendly show, so yeah, let's try and keep it that way. I don't want to get one of those community strikes against me, or have to. I don't want to have to change my settings to be adult only, or whatever the setting is there. Well, Doug's got to go watch The Flash, or he's got to do The Flash for his wife. Got to go. She makes the rules. That's all right. You gotta play by her rules so you actually can enjoy your playtime. So that's good stuff. Doug, thanks for coming out, brother. I appreciate it. You and I will get in touch one day soon here, so we get that collab video going there for the interview. I'm looking forward to doing that. So yeah, make sure do that little PM thing on here or whatever it is, and we'll try and get through that. That should be cool. Dole the Whip Dad. Hey, Canoehound Adventures. How you doing, Dole the Whip? Thanks for popping in, brother. Much appreciated. Hey, Dan, where's Mason and Tyler been? I haven't seen them. They must be popping around, or maybe Mason's getting some sleep. Mason doesn't usually. I don't know when that boy sleeps. He does his late night video feeds and or live streams, and he does his early morning hellos. So, yeah. Hunshock says Jessica's blushing. That's okay. ODG Meals, how you doing? Loving the new videos. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. I put a lot of work into them for sure. Has anybody seen the second episode there with the bear unplugging portion? Hey, Glenna Maureen, how you doing, guys? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's okay. Hey, better late than never is what I always say. Sometimes your commitments carry you where they got to take care of you, and you come in when you can. I know I've been late to many of your streams. I don't think I've ever made the very beginning of any of your streams, but pop in when I can. It's always good to get that support or show that support. Yeah, we're just having a good night there. Actually, we're probably go for about another half hour. That'll give me my 2-hour live stream. So that's cool stuff. ODG Meal says, yeah, you saw. Yeah, that was I used my big word in that video, the befuddled. For any of you that hasn't seen the video yet, the part 2 of the Algonquin trip, there's a portion in there. It was the last campsite I was at. And we got to this campsite, Molly and I, when just after a huge rainstorm. And we're just poking our nose around. And probably on one of the nicest parts of the campsite, which had some nice grass cover, there were, lack of a different term, there were some of the biggest shits I ever seen in my life. And they were all over the place. They were spattered on this little cedar bush, the whole 9 yards. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck it was. I know it's not a moose, because I know moose drop meatballs type of droppings. Bear scat is usually like, just a little black mound of grossness, right? But this here, it looked like, it looked like maybe a Sasquatch, right? Maybe a Sam Squatch was out there or something. But yeah, no, something I later to find out that I guess when bears come out of hibernation after they've been in hibernation, and I got this from another hunter today, a good close friend of mine. He said when black bears come out of hibernation, one of the first things that they'll do is they'll start searching for dandelions, and they'll eat all the dandelions they can, because what happens is it acts like a laxative on them, and it helps them unplug. So this bear probably ate all his dandelions, and from the looks of things, he had a hell of a lot of them, and it caused him to basically explode all over the campsite. Well, it was all in one section, but he made a heck of a mess. So yeah, no, it wasn't pleasant. But check out the video; you have to see it because it'll blow your mind. Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah, for sure. OTG Meals. Not sure if you answered this yet. Have you got any other trips planned? Think of doing the Louisa Loop with a few friends. You know what? Funny you ask that, because I do a trip every August. It's a trip that we've done, me and a bunch of buddies. Well, me and one friend all the time, but there's other people that'll usually join in. And that's every August. That's our annual guys canoe trip. It's usually way in the backcountry, far north Ontario, like, above Sudbury, above North Bay, Ontario. But I am actually talking to two buddies right now. We're talking about maybe going back up to Algonquin Park again, and that's big for me because I don't go to Algonquin very often. I'm not the biggest fan of Algonquin. But these guys want to take me to a lake that they know of, which is off the main corridor, Highway 60 somewhere, and it's like park, portage for like an hour, hour and a half, paddle an hour or 20 minutes, another half-hour portage, and you get into this little magical brook trout lake. So that's probably going to happen long weekend or not long weekend, but Father's Day weekend, which is like not this weekend, but next weekend. So hopefully that'll happen. I'll let you guys know next week if it's going to happen for sure, because I'll probably have some gear planning or gear packing in the video as well. So OTG Meals, simple answer. Sorry I made it long. Yes, there are more trips in the future. Hey Jess, hey Jeff, nice to see you too. Glenn and Maureen are always happy. Anybody that has never checked out Glenn and Maureen, they got a new video out, which I haven't checked out yet, but I love your thumbnail with the classic pitchfork and hoe scene there. The Mr. and Mrs. in front of the farm. That's cool. Getting ready to do your gardening up there. That's cool. Twin Cities Outdoors, thanks very much, man. I've already picked you up here. I will definitely check out some of your videos. Thanks for coming out to the live stream. Your support's greatly appreciated for this new YouTuber, somebody who's trying to really grow his channel. And your support is greatly appreciated, man. It's always nice to see new people in here, for sure. So hopefully you got a lot out of it. We stream every Tuesday now, hopefully for the rest of the summer at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you put that on your calendar, and we hope to see you back again. OTG Meals, thanks, man. You too, thanks very much for coming out. Good to see you, and it's always nice to have your support. And same thing I said to Twin City Outdoors. We'd love to have you back every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And you never know, there might be some occasional just pop-up streams if I get those bored moments where I want to just get on and say hi to everybody. So I'm really working hard on my view time hours, so if you can watch some of my videos and maybe leave some comments, whether they're positive, negative, or encouraging, that would be great. Are there anybody know of any other live streams going on out there right now? Just going to take a little peek around here. Because maybe, well, Pusa Studio? No, the Pusa Studios can't still be going, can they? I know they got their Tech Talk Tuesdays. Yeah, they're still on. Wow, that's well, how cool would that be if Pusa actually come in and raided mine? Maybe somebody go in there and plant the seed. That'd be cool. That would be very cool. I had actually last week I had my first raid. What was it? Outdoors of J&J. They actually provided me with my first raid, And although it wasn't a huge rate, it was kind of an honor to receive something like that. So, hey, family outdoors. Cheers, brother. I'm just enjoying a pompous ass here and enjoying the presence of what do we got here? 17 of my good friends in here tonight. We had Doug in here a while ago from well, formerly Grim Raven. He changed his channel name. Don't know if you knew that. And Harris Outdoors is in too. So trying to get the community outdoors guy to come on. Yeah, well, like I say, we had Doug. We had a couple of you guys in here tonight. Now you're the third, so that's cool. That'd be cool. Be neat to see Appy Mountain trekkers out here. I've never seen them in one of my lives. I don't get to see too much of them. Dennis, is your lack of enthusiasm for Algonquin because it's like a turnstile, get in line, get to your spot, move on type of thing? That's something we dislike about Algonquin Park. That's exactly what I dislike about Algonquin Park. Glen Maureen, you know, I've always said about Algonquin Park that it's like it's like paddling your canoe down Yonge Street in Toronto. If you can imagine, you know, you go there. Now I know I have been to the park years ago in some more remote areas. The deeper in you go, the less people you're going to see. But any place within a day or two's paddle from your launch point, you're going to see so many people. And the biggest thing that bothers me, and I understand why they do it, is to regulate, you know, how many campers are on one lake. But I hate having to report what lake I'm going to camp on. If I'm on a canoe trip and I come across a lake that I think is picturesque. I've never been there before, obviously, right? It's a new adventure for me. And if I'm paddling on a lake and it's like, wow, what a beautiful lake. And you're looking around, you go, oh, that campsite is beautiful. It's staring at those nice islands. The fishing looks like it's going to be fantastic. But I can't camp on this island because I didn't report I wanted to camp on this lake. To me, that's not my idea of backcountry camping. Yes, you're out there and it is nature and it's beautiful and you're guaranteed to see moose and maybe bear and you're going to see all kinds of wildlife. You're going to catch fish, and that's not my thing. You know, we go on a canoe trip. I'll tell you a story. A couple of years ago, a bunch of, well, not a bunch of us, but the guys that I canoe with on a regular basis, we went out one August and we had our 7-day trip planned, and we were paddling and we stopped on a lake that we had not planned to stop on just because we thought the lake was so beautiful. And we actually decided to turn our layover day from what would have been like the next day or the day after to that day, because we found a spot that was a beautiful campsite. We hadn't seen anybody. We caught fish and the scenery was stunning. And that's the kind of camping I like. I don't want to have to report exactly where I'm going to be and have to deal with the partiers across the lake screaming and making noise. And, you know, but Algonquin is a great go-to place in a pinch. That's how we'll say it. It's a great place to go to in a pinch. Everyone's really busy in the spring. Family Outdoors says, yeah, everybody's busy. My wife's trying to get me to finish up on all my household chores here, and it's really hard when I got outdoors on the brain, right? But trying to get all our gardens and our renovation finished so that we could really enjoy the summer, which is going to happen. So, TC, you know what, Tanner? No, I've never been to Woodland Caribou. I know it's a really remote place. Be very hard for me to get up there. Just because it's probably almost a 24-hour drive for me to get up to that area, because it's way, way, way north in northern Ontario. For me to drive from my area to, we'll say, Thunder Bay, Ontario, is like a full day. It's a 24-hour drive. Ontario is a big province. Would I like to go there? For sure, man. Some of the videos I've seen about that place, and yeah, the fact that I read a stat on that place. I think they have in Woodland Caribou Provincial Park, I believe they have no more than 600 paddlers through there in a summer, in a season. So that's the ultimate remoteness, right? Would I love to go there? Yeah, for sure, man. In a heartbeat, I would. I just got to find the time. There's a couple of trips I have on my bucket list. One is the Upper Mizunabie River, which travels from Matisse up to Moosonee, which is usually, I believe, a 14 to an 18-day adventure. There again, it's the time that stopped me. I own my own business, and it's hard for me to get away for that period of time. Yeah, Glen Horeen. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. When I went on this recent trip here, it was a long weekend, and it was an opening long weekend at that because as you know, they had the park closed for an extended period of time due to all the ice and the snow. You guys know because you live up there. But when I went, yeah, there were quite literally there was one portage, only one portage that I did where I didn't see anybody on the portage going or coming. Every other one had people on the portage, which is nice. You get to talk to people and chit chat with them for a bit. I actually come across a person who had actually seen some of my videos, so that was pretty cool. Um, so he gave me some encouraging words and stuff like that. And another fellow I passed on, I think it was on Big Porcupine Lake, paddling along, and you see my camera sitting in the front of my canoe. He says, "Hey, where can we see your videos? Are you on YouTube?" So I told him channel, of course, and whether he ever makes it in, who knows? He probably forgot like 5 minutes later, but that was all pretty cool. McCartney's on the phone. Another long conversation, eh, buddy? Yeah, Hunchak says you knew the backwaters of Algonquin 40 years ago. How awesome it was! Yeah, like I say, it's a beautiful park. It's just too populated for me. Too many rules. I had two comments on my videos from two separate people, and it was something I did not even know. It was the comments were, "Did you know cans and bottles are banned in Algonquin Park?" In all honesty, no. I'm one of them guys. I play by the rules. But I will say honestly that I'm also one of them guys that I pack in more, or I pack out more than I pack in. Uh, Case in point, I brought 6 cans of beer with me, and I consumed 4 cans of beer in 4 days. I'm not a heavy drinker by all means, but I packed out a dozen cans. Do the math. That means I picked up. I also carried out a ball of tinfoil that probably about the size of a softball compressed. Okay, these are all things that are left in like fire pits, strewn around campsites and stuff. I'm one of them people. I burn what I can burn, and I carry out what I can carry out, and it's just my way. I always leave a campsite much better than I found it because there's nothing worse than going to a campsite that has potential to be a beautiful site, and you go there and the thing is strewn with garbage and dirt and even little things like little bottle caps or the little tabs that you get on your loaf of bread, the little clip that holds your bag closed, twist ties, nails, and the things you find in a campsite. It's like, why would somebody even bring that there, right? Let alone leave it there. So I lesson to everybody: if you ever go crownland camping or camping to any type of campsite, be a responsible camper. If you could carry it in, you could pack it out, right? So, and if it doesn't do you any harm to carry out more than you carry it in, plain and simple. Bass to North, that's exactly what I do. We do a lot of trips, and you know what? I've been tending to find a lot of trips that haven't been documented in a long time. Last year we did a route called the 4M Circle route, which is up near Gogama, Ontario, and it was a fantastic route. And I had such a hard time trying to find information. I found a couple of crappy maps online, but me and my buddy and two other guys that circled back the other way. We started one way, and the other guys couldn't come up for a couple days later, so they started at the same point, but they worked their way backwards. We met in the middle, and then we carried back through. And with that being said, it was one of them trips. It was a fantastic trip. Like the scenery was outstanding. The fishing was incredible. We had good campsites. There weren't a lot of them, and we seen hardly anybody. The first lake and the last lake is the only place we seen anybody else, and it was really nice because we had sort of the run of the roost. Excuse me, pardon me. Wow, we got 618 Bushcraft in the house. Hey, how you doing? I hate being late, being the guy that just pops in to say hi, but I'm being him tonight. Gotta get settled in for the night. I'm gonna try to watch episode 2 of your Algonquin trip tomorrow or Thursday. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Hey, you popped in for a bit. As I always say, a little better late than never, right? So that's cool. Thanks for popping in, 618. Yeah, Hunt Shack's right. Hunt Shack, you must have a lot of nice Crownland campsites up around you are, like any canoe routes and stuff like that. We try to venture off the beaten path. We avoid human traffic as much as possible when we're canoeing or hiking, etc. Not antisocial. It's just that's not what we're there for. Yeah, same here, Glen Marine. You know what? It's that's the type of thing I like to. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not saying I'm totally anti Algonquin Park, um, but when you go there, like who doesn't want to bring in a can of beer, or a couple cans of beer, or you know a bottle of your favorite Fireball or brandy or Scotch or whatever, right? To be told you can't, okay, I understand that, but you know what? I'm paying to be there at the same time, but I understand why they do it because people are irresponsible and they tend to leave their garbage and crap all over the place. And it's the ones like that that ruin it for people like us who are the responsible people, right? So, yeah. Molly probably wouldn't have liked it. Liking what? Molly, you know what? Molly enjoys everything. Any kind of canoe trip. Uh, she enjoys it. As did my dog before Molly. Her name was Chasey. Um, you'll see when I do my video for decaling my new canoe. I'm also gonna revise the decals on my old canoe, which is called the CA Chasey, which is Canoehound Adventures Chasey. I named that canoe after her, and new one's being called the CA Molly, Canoehound Adventures Molly. So that's I named my canoes after my dogs. Yeah, 618. Well, hey, thanks for sticking around, man. I appreciate the fact that nice that you would have popped in and left a comment, but even nicer that you're actually sticking around and participating. That's cool stuff. That's good stuff. Yep, another one of the community outdoors brothers. So that's cool. Hunt Shack, yes sir. I surrounded by thousands of square miles of crown land. The Mizanabi is my favorite spot. Yeah, you know what, Hunt Shack, I've canoed the headwaters of the Mizanabi, well, basically making Lake Mizanabi into town, like from the town of Mizanabi, um, and Bull Cow Lake and Dog Lake, Crooked Lake, Upper Mizanabi River. What's it called? And I believe Anvil Lake. There's a whole bunch of them up there. There's a nice canoe route up there that I've done that part. Now I wouldn't mind doing the Upper Mizanabi, which goes from like you can take it from the town of Mizanabi down to Matisse, and then from Matisse down to Moosonee. It would be the third portion. One day, man, that's on my bucket list. One day. Yeah, Jessica, you're right. Well, we'll get back. We'll go back one there. 618 says that's crazy. I seen others take booze to Algonquin. Guess they said F it. Yeah, pretty much. But the funny thing is, when you go to Algonquin and you check in, one of the first things they ask you, would you like a garbage bag? And I mentioned to her, I says, can I have two? Because, like I say, I always pack out more. Always pack out more, and I try to always. Another thing I do too, and a lot of people won't do this, is at a campsite when I'm bucking firewood, I'll always make extra firewood and I'll leave some because you never know the next campers that come in, they might get in late and don't have time to buck up firewood and they might have to cook something on really quickly. Uh, I always try to stash it under something in the camp that's going to shelter it, whether it's an overhanging tree or uh, Algonquin Park, they're famous for making like wooden benches at all the campsites and stuff. I always try to leave some freshly bucked wood so that the next campers will have something to get them started. I always enjoy it when I get there. It's always nice to have that too. You never know. It could be something like that. Leaving extra firewood at a campsite could actually be something that is a survival thing for somebody. Somebody could come in and they could be suffering hypothermia and they need to get a fire going fast. And if they have to try to take the time to buck wood or something like that, they're screwed, right? So by leaving extra wood, you're leaving somebody possibly in a good situation when they come in. And that includes not just big uncut hunks of wood. It means split, it means kindling, and it means fire starter. Okay, these are all things that you need to get a fire going. So it could be a survival situation. 618, don't do that. Algonquin Park shouldn't be removed from your list because it is a beautiful place, man. Check it out. You know what I mean? It is for some and it's not for others. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and people could have a garbage can 10 feet away from them, as Jessica says, and they'll throw it on the ground. It's the same as a cigarette, but for a smoker. Instead of throwing it in an ashtray or a butt receptacle, they'll throw it on the side of the road, right? People are like that. Yeah, Sean, you taking off there? Yeah. All good. I definitely have to see that video, especially when I get your sticker from Tyler to put on my kayak. Dan, I'm still sending you one, whether Tyler's sending you one or not. I know you sent me your address, and I said I was going to send one. So that I just haven't had a chance to get to the mailbox there to put one of them stickers in the mail for you. But you're going to get one from me there, and I might even include one of those Canoehound letters. Yeah. A little time to support one of the community outdoors brethren. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hunt shot. You're lucky, man. Like that's a nice area, but you guys must be getting inundated right now by black flies, eh? I know they're in full hatch right now. So very near Matisse, the jump off to Moose Factory. Yep, I've been to Moose Factory once. Took the Polar Bear Express up there from Cochrane. That was a pretty cool adventure, and it actually the train actually passed over the Mizunabie at the one point there at the shallows. So that's I'd love to do that trip. Yeah, what do they call it? White Horse Falls, or there's the one main falls on that upper or the lower. Oh man, I'm falling far behind. So let's see here. Cabin Life says it's true, Jess, especially in popular parks. We notice remote spots seem to be respected more for some reason, maybe because they are clean when they arrive. I don't know. Yep, I agree. Bassenor says it's too bad Algonquin is like that. Too close to Toronto. I'm near Frontenac Park, and all the sites are trashed. Axe chops and trees and stripped birch bark. Yeah. People don't have a respect for it. You know what I mean? They think that they could chop down a live tree and burn the darn thing, and they just don't. A lot of people are just uneducated when it comes to that, right? You go to Algonquin Park and you go to your campsite, you can quite literally walk for a quarter mile around into the bush around your campsite because they've been so stripped of the natural vegetation. Any trees that are dead, any deadfall. It's hard to find firewood in Algonquin. You actually have to go and pick it up while you're on a portage, or you have to be able to go to, like, paddle to a spot where there's not a campsite and forage back into the bush there. It's getting really stripped, and I believe that there's actually a policy in Algonquin about cutting down live trees too. So, and there should be, and so there should be, right? Yeah. Sites trash. Good man for leaving some firewood. I wish people were that considerate in the States at campsites, but sadly they're not. Not in my area anyway. Yeah, well, you know, I've like I said, I've been doing this canoe tripping for long enough that I've learned some techniques and things that to me are common courtesy. You know, just common courtesy. Uh, I I also a lot of times when I do a canoe trip, I'll carry a fire grill. And for those of you that have done backcountry camping, you know that almost any campsite you go to, you're going to find a stove grill or a fridge grill for cooking on. And I always carry one just on the in case because sometimes you do go to that one campsite where there isn't one and you need it, right? Well, I've taken to not even carrying a grill anymore because I will cook. I'll put my titanium pot set right on the fire. You don't need it, it's not necessary out there. If you build your fire right, you can use your fire as the structure to hold your frying pan or your pot. So, yeah. Past north, the Algonquin isn't trashed in the backcountry as long as main highway sites are stripped of wood, etc. Yeah, Highway 60, the corridor along Highway 60 in Algonquin Park is basically considered like the tourist area of Algonquin Park. So with that being said, they have thousands of visitors in a year, and it's harder. They have different access points all around Algonquin Park, and some of the other ones are not as popular as the Highway 60 corridor. So you're going to find better opportunities to go in Algonquin through them places. But even still, you're not going to get to the pristine spots until you're probably 2 3 days into a trip. So if I miss something, I'm going to pop down here in the chat just to get caught up because I'm like falling way behind here. Yeah, storyteller. Yeah. They're here yet very soon. McCartney, so I'll get her. I will get on. Don't leave. Yeah, it's pretty good, Glenn. You guys should use that in your videos. What did I miss there? That sounds like an interesting one. Yeah, we try to be mindful of nature, appreciate, share, respect, preserve. That is your motto. And I know that's your motto on your sites because I've heard you say it. I've seen you put it on screen. Yeah, Glenn and Maureen, you guys living up there, you guys live it every day. So that's awesome. CM Sag. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for popping into the house here. Appreciate it. We're closing it. Well, it's 10 o'clock. We're 2 hours into our live stream with 17 people watching. Please smash that thumbs up, guys, if you haven't yet. I'm sitting at 20, been sitting there for a little while. I'm not one to beg for my thumbs up smashes, but it's always nice and makes it look good to YouTube, eh? But CM Sag, thanks for coming in. Jessica, I like your comments. So sick of being ostracized. I smoke. Also, clean up my area. Smokers are the new Nazis. Yeah, you know what, man? Like, we're not picking on smokers by all means. I used to be a smoker myself. And there's responsible smokers, and then there's irresponsible smokers. And you know, it's like the responsible ones know where the butts go, and the irresponsible ones are the ones that are flicking them out the window of their car during a drought, right? So. Common courtesy, another thing missing here, LOL, it still happens, but not near as much as I wanted to rate. I was raised to show it, yep. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with the way we've been raised by our mama and papas, right? So, and Jessica, I attested to that earlier, saying that, you know what, unfortunately, the good ones have to suffer for the bad ones, right? 618, common courtesy, yeah, a dwindling trait, but very good at many of the streams in this community. Glenn, Maureen, I have a question for you guys. Are you guys familiar with uh, Sean James, My Self Reliance, his channel? And the reason why I asked that, I was watching one of his recent videos, and he was mentioning in his video that his driveway had been totally washed out due to a beaver dam that had let go or had over flooded or something. And you guys had in your video that you had the beaver dam break and flooded out your roadway in. I was just wondering if is he one of your neighbors? You never know, right? Tanner, thanks for coming out, buddy. Appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. As we always do. probably most likely on one of Mason's lives. But can't wait to see one of your next videos, pal. So guys, I'm going to get ready to pack it in here. Don't want to because we got a lot of good people in the house right now, and it's always good. But my throat's getting really dry. I'm almost out of water. My beer, I've had about enough of my beer right now. And yeah, it'd be nice to go upstairs and spend a little bit of quality time with my wife. Or maybe check out another YouTube live stream. So does anybody know of any live streams that are going on now? Because we can always go over and do a Canoehound raid. There's a musical artist named Sean James. I didn't know that. But yeah, I was talking about my Sean from My Self-Reliance. I've followed that guy ever since his very first video that he put out for his building of his first log cabin, and thought it was the coolest thing, man. And even now, his videos are cool. I like some of the advice he gives is really cool. But yeah, Family Outdoors has to run. Hey man, thanks very much for coming on out. I appreciate the support. It's always a great thing to see people like yourself in here. Thanks, Tanner. Yep. Follow Tanner's advice, people. Let's see. We're at 22. Can we get that up to 30 people? That would be awesome. If you haven't already smashed that thumbs up, please do. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, or those of the people that are in here as well, please do check everybody else out and share some love. Simone, how you doing? Hey, good to meet you again. I met Simone last night on another live stream, Rain Dance Outdoors, and yeah, good to see you out, man. We're just getting ready to pack it in here shortly. I'm just I want to see if we could find another live stream out there of somebody that we can go and raid. Does anybody, I've asked already a couple times, but does anybody know of anybody that's still rocking the house with their live streams? I'm just checking now. Am I seeing this right? Is Pusa Studios still going with their Tech Talk Tuesday? Oh, something happened there. That wasn't good. I went to the wrong page. Let's see here. Well, you know what? Maybe if I go, or if we all go do a Pusa Studios raid, I'm just going to grab that link of their raid, and we could all jump in there and say hi to Andrew Ksenia. And copy. Yeah, they are still going. They've been going for 3 hours. I don't know how they do it, man. A 3-hour live stream. But here we go. Oh, really quick before I post that. Cabin Life with Glenn Maureen says, sorry, we were lagging Canoehound Adventures. LOL. Sean's cabin is near us. LOL. Yep. Okay, cool. So was it his driveway that got washed out by that beaver dam? And very cool. Sean James is a cool guy for sure. So I'm going to post Pusa Studios raid. There we go. So guys, if you all want to go over and check out Pusa Studios, tell them that this is a Canoehound Adventures raid, and I hope to see you guys there. And I just want to thank each and every one of you. You know who you all are. There's Rain Dance Bushcraft. Hey, how you doing? That's right. You usually stream from 9 to 11. Too bad, because we could have been raiding you tonight, buddy. But thanks for popping in. I know it's a little late that you're getting in, but I've been on for just over 2 hours now, and time to call it quits. But I've had a very good live stream tonight, and I've been very grateful with the people that have actually shown the love. Feel free to watch. I got a couple little reviews on a few new products I just picked up off Amazon, being like these little twisty tie things. They're pretty cool for holding gear in your canoe. Some new paddling gloves, and most importantly, a really cool waterproof light that I could use for all my my filming at nighttime. So I got links to them down in the description. totally abnormal that Rain Dance Bushcraft on the live stream on Tuesday nights. Well, hey, I'm glad it's me. Thanks very much, man. But yeah, actually, for those of you that aren't familiar with Rain Dance Bushcraft, check him out, and Simone as well. And Rain Dance is out of Montreal, I believe Montreal or Quebec, but I'm pretty sure you said Montreal last night. And I got myself a new buddy there. That's pretty cool. I had a good time on his live stream last night, and it's kind of a bummer that our streams are going to be a little bit conflicting. But you know what? It's always good because if I'm on from 8 till 10, I could always come in and raid your stream from 9 till 11. So that's cool. Not a problem. Not a problem. So anyways, guys, this is Dennis from Canoehound Adventures, thanking each and every one of you. And I'd just like to say, keep the adventures alive. Have a great night, guys. Let's go check out Pusa Studios.